Hey guys, hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So today in this particular video we are going to talk about compounds of xenon. Basically we are going to talk about structures of compound of xenon and we are going to talk about their acidic strength. Now this is one of the topic from main group elements, especially from the 18th group elements, which is mostly asked. Okay, from 18th group element there is not much of chemistry which you will get to see. Xenon compound only, like xenon is the one of the element which shows chemistry with the other elements. So you are going to look forward for the structures of xenon compounds and like what are their acidic strength, how you can identify that. So I'm going to tell you some tricks to find out acidic strength, some rules how you can find out acidic strength of xenon compounds, and we are also going to talk about the structures of the compounds, right? So that's what this video is going to be about. Now before starting this video, let me tell you about my classes which are going to start on Unacademy Plus. So I'm teaching live on Unacademy Plus, where I'm going to start two new courses for GATE 2021 batch and for CSIRNet next batch. So if you are interested into that, if you want to join those classes, you can contact me in the email ID given in the description of this video. I will also pin down my email ID in the first comment of this video. Alright, so let's start with our video now. Alright, so let's talk about the xenon chemistry. So xenon generally shows chemistry with oxygen and fluorine. Okay, so these are the two compounds, or these are the two elements with which xenon forms compound. That is because xenon is very less reactive. It's one of the like noble gases, but because it lies lower in the group, so that's why it has some ability to react. But in order to react, the other species has to be highly reactive or highly electronegative to react with xenon. So that's why, you know, in chemistry, in whole periodic table, we just have three most electronegative elements: fluorine, oxygen and nitrogen. Fluorine being the highest electronegative, then oxygen, and nitrogen being the least electronegative among the three. So because of that, because of highest electronegativity of fluorine and oxygen, we have compounds formed of xenon with fluorine and oxygen. So generally xenon forms your xenon fluorides. Okay, it forms xenon fluorides. So xenon fluorides have formula XeFN, where the fluorine are generally even in numbers, and then you have xenon oxides. Okay, so here you will have XeON. So here oxygen can be it can be even or odd, but yeah, the next one is xenon oxyfluorides. Okay, so these are like XeO, X and Fy. Okay, so this is how we have three types of compounds of xenon. Now there are these compounds, you need to know the structure of them, you need how to find out the structure of them, you need to know that how to find out the shape of the molecule. So two things are important. One is to find out geometry, okay, and the next one is your shape. So geometry will be like you can get the geometry of the molecule with the help of VSEPR theory. Now if you have not watched my video, there is a trick video, there is a short video where I have explained how to use VSEPR theory to find out structure and hybridization of all the inorganic molecules. Like most of the molecules can be done with that. So I'll pin down that in the I button over there, so you can just click over there and watch that video. For shape, you need to know one more thing, that is called as bent rule. Okay, so for that also I have a video. If you have not watched that, I will just pin that down in the I button. Plus with bent rule, you need to know one more thing, that is lone pair bond pair repulsion, or lone pair and lone pair bond pair, and bond pair repulsion. So the repulsion between the atoms, so that comes under VSEPR only. So these two things will eventually give you the shape of the molecule and the geometry of the molecule. So I am not going to discuss that once again, because I already have made videos on those two things. So I'll not be doing that again. But yeah, I have just made a table over here where I have just given all the xenon compounds. You can see xenon fluoride is there, xenon difluoride, xenon tetrafluoride is there, xenon trioxide is there. So all these xenon compounds are there, their hybridization is written, their geometry is written, and their shape is written. Now the hybridization decides the geometry, you know that, okay, and that is from your VSEPR theory, okay, valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. and the shape is designed, or shape depends upon how many bond pair and how many lone pair are there, and you just exclude the lone pair and you just look for the bond pairs, and how does it looks like, that gives you the shape of the molecule. Okay, so the structure is very important to make. Okay, you should be able to make the structures of the molecule. Let's say if you are talking about xenon fluoride, XeF2 xenon difluoride, for that the hybridization is sp3d. The geometry comes out to be trigonal bipyramidal, but the shape is linear, and that is because xenon has this structure like this. The two fluorines are there on the like axial bond, and this comes because of the Bent rule. Okay, where does your electronegative group goes, and those, that is decided by the Bent rule. And the three lone pairs which xenon will have, they will be present on the equatorial plane. Okay, like this. So although the geometry is your trigonal bipyramidal, but the shape, if you look at just the shape, so it just looks like a line or a linear molecule. So that's why it is called linear in shape, but the geometry is trigonal bipyramidal. So you should be able to draw the geometry or like structure of all these molecules. So if you have not done this yet, I will highly recommend you to at least do this thing, that take out your notebook and write down all these like molecules here. Okay, you can just pause the video, write down the formula of all these molecules and draw the structures of them. Okay, it is very important because every alternate years or every random years it is asked. So it is highly recommended to do that. Okay, so draw the shape of the molecule and how does it looks like. I have done some of them for you. So if you have done some of them in the previous, if you have drawn some of them, you can just verify them through this particular table. Okay, or through this particular slide. I have not drawn each and every one of them, but some of them are there. See, this is square pyramidal. So here all the four xenon are here, sorry, all the four like fluorine atoms are here, and one lone pair will be there. Okay, it's xenon. This is T-shaped xenon, like xenon oxyfluoride. So XeOF2, oxygen is over here, so it's a T-shaped molecule. This is distorted trigonal bipyramidal, where two oxygen are on the equatorial position, two fluorine are on the axial position, and the lone pair is on the equatorial plane. Then you have linear structure, the one which we have just seen. Then we have a square planar. Here we have two lone pair of electrons which are over here. So this should be square pyramidal, right? So I have done it wrong, sorry. Square pyramidal means you have four of them and one fluorine should be like this. Okay, and on the other side you have this lone pair electron. Okay, this one is XeF6 and this has distorted octahedral, because in the regular octahedral you just have 6 bond pair, but here in this molecule you have 6 bond pair and one lone pair. So all those 6 bond pair can only assign themselves in the form of octahedral, but due to the presence of that lone pair there will be some distortion, or there will be some repulsion, and because of that the structure comes out to be distorted octahedral. Okay, so some of them I have drawn over here, others you have to try. Just like you have XeO3, if you can see from the table, like xenon trioxide, so it has tetrahedral geometry but it has pyramidal shape, so it will be similar to your ammonia molecule. In this you will have double bond oxygen like this. Okay, so this is how it will have. Remember, xenon can form 8 bonds, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 bonds are done. 2 bonds it has not formed, so one lone pair, those 2 electrons will remain as a lone pair here. So this has a tetrahedral geometry, but the shape, if I just write down the shape, so the shape is pyramidal. Okay, this is pyramidal. So this is pretty simple, that's why I'm not going in much detail over here. The more important part of this video is to find out the acidic strength of your xenon compounds. So let's do that. Alright, so let's talk about the acidic strength of xenon compounds. There are certain rules to find that out, or there are certain rules to to find out the acidic strength of xenon compounds. Okay, I'll just tell you one by one. So the first rule, rule number 1, says that if oxidation state is same, okay, if oxidation state is same, in that case what will happen, that your acidic strength is proportional to number of fluorine atoms. Okay, is proportional to number of fluorine atoms, or sometimes you will also see this as F content. Okay, this is also called as F content, so don't get confused if you see somewhere F content. Okay, but simply we can say number of fluorine atoms. So for example, if I take an example of this, let's say I have XeO2F4, I have XeO3F2, and I have XeO4. If you look upon all of them, your oxidation state in this Oxygen is going to provide -2, so this is going to make it -4 and -4. Each fluorine is going to give you -1. So -4 total is going to be -8. So xenon should have +8 oxidation state. Here -6 and -2, so -8. So xenon should have +8. Here again, like +8 it should have. So the oxidation state is same in all of them. So the acidic strength is going to depend upon what factor? The acidic strength will just depends upon number of fluorine atom. So the one which has more fluorine atom is going to be more acidic. So this is highly acidic, then your second one, and then the third one. So this is how you can tell the acidic strength of like compounds having same oxidation state, when the oxidation state is same. Let's talk about the second rule. The second rule is for your xenon oxides. Okay, so this is for xenon oxides. Okay, so only for, you have to just do it for xenon oxide, not for xenon fluorides and not for your xenon oxyfluorides, just for xenon oxides. Okay, so here your acidic strength, okay, acidic strength is proportional to your oxidation state. Oxidation state. So for example, if I take let's say I have XCO3 and I have XCO4, okay, so I have XCO4. So these are xenon oxides. Now you can see that the oxidation state over here in the first one is +6 and here it is +8. So who is more acidic? The one which has more oxidation state. So the XCO4 is going to be more acidic over here. Okay, so this will be done for xenon oxides. Let's look for the next one then. Alright, so the next rule, the third rule, is for all the compounds. Basically you can compare any of the compounds with it, okay, whether it is xenon fluoride or xenon oxyfluoride or xenon oxide. So you can compare all of them. So the rule says that the compound having lower oxidation state, and more number of fluorine atoms, okay, is considered to be more acidic. Okay, so as simple as that. The compound having lower oxidation state and more number of fluorine atom is considered to be more acidic. For example, if I give you some of them, let's say I have XCF6 and I have XCO2F4. okay, these are the two molecules. Now you can see that the oxidation state over here is +6, whereas the oxidation state over here is +8. So all the oxidation state is different, but the one which has a lower oxidation state and having more number of fluorine atom will be more acidic. Okay, so in that case this particular one becomes more acidic over here. Similarly, I can have XCF4, and if I have to compare it with XCO2F2, so in that case who is going to be more acidic? Just try to do it. Okay, this is A and this is B, and this is homework for you all. You guys have to tell me that among A and B who is more acidic. Alright, now I'll try to give you some CSIRNet questions. I'll try to take it and I will see that how to apply these things to solve them. Alright, so let's look forward for this particular question, which was, I guess, asked in CSIR December 2013 exam. Okay, the question says xenon forms several fluorides and oxofluorides which exhibit acidic behavior. The correct sequence of descending Lewis acidity among the following given species is. So you have to tell that which of these is going to have like which of these is going to have more acidity. So you are given with the compounds like you have XCF4, sorry, XCF4 is also there, XCF6 is also there. Okay, then you have XCOF4, then you have XCF4, and then you have XCO2F2. So that's, I have just written option number 1. Okay, from option number 1. Write down the oxidation states quickly. So here it is +6. Here also this is in +6 oxidation state. Here it is in +4 oxidation state, and here again this is in +6 oxidation state. Now what you have to do is, first of all you have to see the one where there is like just you have to compare those where the oxidation states are same. Okay, so the oxidation state are same for this, this and this. If the oxidation state is same, so what should be the order? The order should be like XCF6, because you have to look for F content or F atom, right? So this will be more acidic, then your XCOF4, then comes your XCO2F2. This should be the order based upon same acidity, so sorry, same oxidation state. Okay, now once you are done with the oxidation state, now you have to see, you have to look for the rule number 3. What was the rule number 3? It says that if the oxidation state differs, then you have to see for the F content, and the one which is lower, with a lower oxidation state having more number of fluorine, will be more acidic. So how you are going to compare it? So can you compare this one with this? No, you cannot do that, because number of fluorine atom is same in both of them. And can you compare this with this? No, you cannot do that, because here the higher oxidation state atom or higher oxidation state compound is having more fluorine atom, not the lower one. So that's why you cannot compare that. So whom you can compare this with? You can only compare it with this one. Okay, so if you compare both of them, what you will find that with the lower oxidation state, XCF4 has more number of fluorine atoms, so that's why it should be more acidic. So that means what? Ki XCF4 is more acidic than XCO2F2. So that's what you have got. So that means ki in between of this XCO2F2 and XCOF4, your XCF4 should lie. Okay, so what should be the exact order, or what should be the final order of the answer? So the answer should be like XCF6, then XCOF4, then comes your XCF4, and then comes your XCO2F2. Okay, so the correct answer should be your option number A. This is how you have to check it out. So the question, you might be thinking that why not I have made it before this or this? That's because like this will have, because if you compare these two, how you are going to compare? The comparison will be done based upon the same number of fluorine atoms. If the number of fluorine atom is same, you have to look for the oxidation state. So the lower oxidation state means lower acidity. So this becomes lower acidic or less acidic than this one. So obviously it should come after this. Alright, and among these two, how you have managed or how you have compared? Based upon same oxidation state, so F content. So more F content in the first one, that's why it is more acidic. So first one being more acidic than the second, second one being more acidic than the third, and third being more acidic than the fourth. That should be the correct order, and that's how it should be done. Okay, so just by following these three rules, you can find out easily the acidic strength of xenon compounds. Now at the end of this video, if you want to look for those type of questions in which the structure has been asked, so here I have taken two questions from December 2017. Both of them were from December 2017 exam, and both of them were asked for 2 marks. You can see that in both of them the geometry is asked for xenon fluoride or xenon oxyfluoride, although you have one more compound along with that. In the other one, it is said that which of them is going to have like pyramidal shape. So you have to look for that. Okay, so I want answers from you guys in the comment of this video, because these are very simple questions. I hope you all will be able to answer. So try and answer this in the comments of this video. All right, so I'll just keep this video up till here. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope that whatever I have taught you was helpful to you. You guys understood it well. And if you have any doubt, any question, you can ask that down in the comment sections below. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to this. If you like this video, give it a like, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.